Good morning, Stephen Potter. On the corner of Beach and Sans Periel Streets here in Jacksonville, Florida. There's a very peculiar neighborhood down here to my right that I'm going to take you down and show you some of the oddball houses that are down there. Right now I'm in the parking lot of a shopping center here that Nigel and I will come to on some Saturdays, and that's how we found this neighborhood, just driving down the road by chance. And it's peculiar, and hopefully I don't get any of the neighbors back there mad at me for filming their homes, which I don't think is illegal, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to try to film and drive at the same time. I don't know if I can do it too well. One thing that is peculiar about this neighborhood is that the road doesn't become a dirt road, it becomes a sand road. And I've never really got out and dug and see how deep the sand is. I don't imagine it's too deep, that there's pavement underneath it, but it is definitely beach sand in this neighborhood. Just kind of peculiar. The whole neighborhood's peculiar. I don't know exactly what goes on out here. This is quite a bit of ways away from where we live. So I don't know anybody that lives out here. But the roads are sand. This house here is peculiar house number 1. Square block. It's interesting though. There's a couple of these big domed houses in this area too. And I think, and I may be wrong, but during the 1950s and 60s, they attempted to build homes that were hurricane proof, or relatively hurricane proof, and having them dome-shaped would send the wind around the house rather to into the side of the house. So I believe that was the logic behind something like this. And I also wonder how far maybe it goes down into the ground. Maybe they built shelters or something of that sort in these homes. It's pretty neat. Here is another one of those domed houses. I'm going to keep moving. I don't want to be too conspicuous. A smaller, maybe a guest house over here connected to it. It also has that dome shape, if you can see it back there behind the leaves. This tiny little house right here is for sale. And I don't know if this is the everything from the well sitting above ground like that. That's kind of odd that it's just out in the open by the road like that. But this is a pretty neat little home. I'm looking for a couple more in this neighborhood back here, and I can't seem to find them because it's a lot of little back roads and things hidden behind trees. I'm gonna keep looking and hopefully not draw the ire of any of the residents. When I was talking earlier about the what the roads were made out of and said that something is probably under the sand, this looks like marble. I don't know if all of the roads around here have this under the sand, but at least here, that's what it looks like. I had run out of time in the last neighborhood that I was in, so I've come over to Riverside, the Riverside area, and this is a place called Yacht, Basin Park. And if I understand correctly, back a long time ago, this was where they would bring cattle to the north side of the St. Johns River, dock them here. You can see those are stairs going down into the water, and they would bring the cows here, and the boats would dock, and they would offload the cows that came from the southern part of the state and south of the river, and there is the St. John's River out there, and Nigel in the distance. Here's a good look at some of those stairs. I don't want to drop the phone into the water. And over there are the metal rings, which I believe, as I have been told, again, I don't know this to be fact, that the boats would tie themselves off to so they wouldn't float away. We're going to go over to the other side of the park, the other side of the water, because there's more stuff going on over there. I've never been to this park before. This is really, really nice. It's a small little area, but it's really quite beautiful. And that's where we just were, right there by those stairs. Got some people over there. This little doorway here, if that's accurately what it's called. Let's go through. Well, this is pretty cool. What would you have them do to you? For this sums up the law and the prophets. May thy work I create honor God, the Creator. Kate Garcia Rao, 2015. If his son asks for bread, will you give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will you give him a snake? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give you gifts to those who ask of him? I don't know if that's a direct quote from the Bible. I think it is. This is really neat in here. All this mosaic glass work. Squirrels and birds. This is pretty cool. It says Yacht, Basin Park. This is a really neat bench here too. Mom's Park, dedicated to the memory of Patricia Austin, 1934 to 1996. Beloved wife of Mayor Ed Austin, mother of their 3 children, community volunteer and leader who liked to stroll here. I'm not going to read the rest of that. I'm going to go check out this tree here. I forget what these types of trees are called. But it is big and probably very, very old. What a nice spot to spend a Saturday afternoon. Enjoying the breeze, enjoying the sunshine. 75 degrees. Perfect. The only thing that's missing is any boats coming up the river here. Other than that, the spot is just about perfect. And I might enjoy the rest of my day right here. Stephen Potter. I'll see you next time.